Hi, I'm Michelle Cooper and welcome to my studio. I started this painting with the bullseye effect described in Nita Engel's book on how to make a watercolor paint itself. My goal is to create the halation effect of looking against the light in the autumn forest. I have some light mid-tone washes in the background to indicate misty trees in the distance. Then I add some dark mid-tone trees on either side to help push the focus more toward the center. A layering technique, wet over dry, is used to create the misty atmosphere and the glowing effect of looking against the light into the autumn forest. Here you can see how it would look if you do successive layers until the painting is finished. Compare that to what underpainting looks like before you do all those layers. So let's cover up the finished part over here, and I'll show you how many layers it takes and what kind of techniques you can use to create that atmosphere we're looking for. The glow of the late afternoon sun creates a halation effect, especially when you're looking at the trees closest to the source of light. The Impressionists knew this, and they created that type of effect by outlining the edges of their subject with a rim of cadmium orange. Something similar can be accomplished in watercolor by using hues like yellow, orange, red orange, closest to the source of light, and then creating lower chroma hues as you move away from the source of light. Because this method requires multiple layers, I am going to use a limited palette of transparent watercolors. My colors are cobalt blue, organic vermilion, and Holbein permanent yellow lemon. All the hues and values that I plan for this painting will be created with those three primaries. I continue to layer the underbrush and the trees in the middle distance and along the edges, one layer at a time. I usually don't paint part of the painting to completion and then go back and work on the rest of it. So that's why I've covered up the finished part so that you can see how many layers it takes to develop. This is the type of forest we have here in the Pacific Northwest. To get the effect we're looking for, it helps to see the various sizes and values, angles, branches, types of diffused foliage, all those things. Of course, I'm not going to try to paint every single one of these, but I'm just using them as models for the design that I'm making in my painting. If you plan to make a painting like this, it might be a good idea to pause here and do a few sketches of your own in charcoal or pencil, whatever medium you like. That will give you confidence when you go back to your watercolor and you do successive layers to indicate those atmospheric effects. Okay, let's see now. We're getting closer to the final few layers, so maybe we don't need this blind on the left-hand side here. I'm going to speed up the recording now. I think repetitive techniques, repetitive type of brush strokes and colors can be seen easily still this way. But it does not give you the idea of how really long it takes to do this method. Layering in watercolor creates the opportunity to keep the translucence of the pigment and not get too muddy. But it does take patience. Okay, I want to put some reflections and a few details in the foreground here. Some ripples in the water. Darken some of these reflections. Add a few floating leaves. There we are. The reflections don't have to be an exact mirror image. All you need is a general idea of what the forest is reflecting. Okay, let's take the tape off and the clips off and see what we've got. It seems like my camera takes a more saturated version of the picture when I take a photo than when I'm taking a video. So this is just a bit more vibrant than the actual painting itself. However, if my goal is to give the idea of late afternoon light in the autumn forest, I think I've accomplished my goal. I trust you've gained some insights into painting a backlit forest in the autumn. Thanks for watching.